Every once in a while we see a game and we have no idea how to describe it. Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and from the makers of Dome Keeper. Yeah, it's a 2D game where you mine under the ground and also build yourself a little base above ground and defend against all sorts of different waves of enemy creatures, aliens, bugs, or whatever. Comes a game by the name of... okay, I don't even know how to pronounce this. I'm gonna attempt. It's Planetenverteidigungskanonenkommandant. Oh my god, I think I got it.
Planetenverteidigungskanonenkommandant.
Or at least close enough. Anyway, this game in English is called Planetary Defense Cannon Commander, and from what I see, and I love everything I see here, it is Dome Keeper, but in like 4K. And it's also a little bit Papers, Please, and also maybe a little bit of Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. There's like a puzzle to figure out a procedure on how to command the gun and give it orders and load it and prepare to fire and that type of thing. And there also seems to be a story of, well, you're working for a nation that is triumphant but has a few problems, and those problems being invasions. And you're going to be invaded, and it looks like the enemy may try to breach your bunker. There also seems to be a story that plays out on the TV, and everything is outstanding in being like a 80s type technology. It feels like the 70s and 80s where everything's pretty much a lever and or is like something out of Aliens, like the 70s technology and 80s technology of that movie series, where most things were physical, but there were quite a few computer screens. But when there was, it was like using Windows 3.1 or something like that. Love the look of the game. Love the concept of the game. It's even considered to be a point-and-click puzzle game, choices matter, war, political thriller, all sorts of other things. So if we get Dome Keeper, Papers, Please, Keep Talking, and Nobody Explodes in a game called PVKK, which is another shorter way to say this one other than, I'm not even going to attempt it again, Planetary Defense Cannon Commander, there. That's a good way. But yeah, this just looks like everything up my alley, and I really don't know how to explain these types of games. Of course, we have Halls of Torment, which was inspired by Vampire Survivors, and so all these games that are like those top-down bullet hells, brotato type thing, are all considered to be like Survivors games now. But I keep seeing games like Dome Keeper that then spawn games like Wall World, which then spawned like another one called Codename Ocean Keepers or whatnot, and a few other games like that that I'm just thrilled to see. There's another one coming soon again called Drill Corps, and they all kind of have this same feel to them, where there's like a corporation or a government or some sort of secret society or something going on, and there's like an overarching storyline that's hidden beneath a very, very cool looking game. I mean, this is incredible. If this is how ships in many other ship design or flying games or whatnot in space looked and felt, I would be all in. It gives me a little bit of a feel of like Starfield with how the ships looked in that game, and also a little bit of Star Citizen, but this is very much its own thing, and this is outstanding. I couldn't applaud this enough, and I hope we get DLCs for like anti-aircraft batteries and other things like that, just to give us more in this world. It looks like whatever the hell they've done with a less than 2-minute trailer and a few images with not even a release date is already something to keep an eye on. And anyway, without further ado, I think we should take a look at the trailer for PVKK, and without me blabbing, let's go ahead and listen to it, and then I want to come back and talk about all the things I'm hoping for. Hoping, dreaming for something amazing. So I'm definitely getting a Papers, Please vibe from this, from probably having something to do differently each day, a new task for the gun, you know, maybe starting with basic maintenance and then learning how to aim it and then eventually firing and reloading under real-world scenarios like maybe incoming fire or whatnot. But obviously some cool stuff going on with the TV, them giving you that tea. It's good for you, by the way. You should drink that tea. A little suspicious as to why they would want you to drink that all the time. But people breaching in at the end of the video there and like literally a countdown timer of possibly an incoming, I don't know, counter battery fire, something like that. But the concept here is genius, and I can't wait for more indie devs like this to just come up with a fun concept, even if this was just like a 2 or 3 hour game. That's why people were blown away by Papers, Please. That's why Contraband Police is amazing, and all these other games that build on previous existing concepts and then add to them. So these folks, as far as I know, aside from maybe directly comparing it to, you know, Space Invaders, yeah, I think Dome Keeper is certainly a very original game, and I hope there's some sort of element of maybe gathering resources here. Now, in certain parts of the video, they do show, like, long hallways and gathering things like parts to repair the guns, so there certainly could be a whole exterior to this base, but with, again, no release date, they could have just maybe greatly detailed the room in which you'll be living. Of course, there's a bed there, and so you're right next to the gun, maybe having access to launch codes or something. Not necessarily launch codes, but codes to control the gun, and there's a lot of possible territory to explore here. Even if it were just a 2 or 3 hour game, I think it's a really cool, like, amazing concept. It would have been fun as like a Flash game when we were all back in school looking at like cool math games or something, even if it were just a Flash game. So this is certainly something that seems simple and is very well done and very impressive with how it looks and how it feels. The clunkiness that you can hear of levers being pulled, buttons being pressed, and I'm all for it. And I really hope that this would be a concept that would be in other games as well, where you can, of course, have different ways to defend a planet other than being in a ship. But yeah, this is usually something we don't see. In fact, it kind of reminds me of that one section from, and I don't know why I'm thinking of this suddenly, but if you remember in, of course, the legendary and outstanding Subnautica, when there's a battery there that shoots down the incoming rescue team, kind of another thing to consider. So, love the full motion video on the TV. I really am getting a feel of like maybe Red Alert 2 vibes, Red Alert 3 vibes with the kind of cheesy possible voice lines there, pre-recorded videos or propaganda, but then of course something along the lines of, there was another game called Untold Stories, and that was a very great cinematic game where somebody was up in a bedroom in like the 80s typing into a like a adventure game that way, and then of course the game went into other territories like being in the Arctic and running some very weird experiments. So hope to see something like that in this game, and I hope to see a lot of people really being blown away by it when they see it. So spread the word. I mean, this just looked really cool. You guys tweeted me out this game on Twitter, so thank you very much for that. The devs tweeted out their trailer, which just dropped a couple of days ago, and it's got my attention, and I hope that it's just a fun, great game that people remember, like Papers, Please or something else like that, and it's good time. So I'm not even going to attempt the name again, but PVKK, otherwise known as Planetary Defense Cannon Commander, otherwise, all right, I'll try it one more time. Planetenverteidigungskanonenkommandant. I think that's it.
Planetenverteidigungskanonenkommandant.
I got close. But anyway, yeah, close doesn't matter, I guess, when you're dealing with 1,000mm artillery, or whatever the hell it is. 300mm? I don't know. You guess. All right. I'll see you all next time. Thanks for subbing to the channel. Thanks for leaving a like. Just wanted to spread the word about something that looked cool. Let me know what you think. I'll see you. Bye.
Planetenverteidigungskanonenkommandant.